Hello, welcome to another live stream. I ended the last one quite abruptly, and for that I apologize. So, roughly this time, yesterday, I got a call, and it was quite an emergency. So much so, I stopped everything I was doing. I stopped the game, I stopped the stream, I stopped everything to go and attend this emergency. Didn't know desktop audio was still on. So since then, I've been quite busy. So episode 1 still isn't uploaded. That is interesting. Right. Episode 1 still isn't uploaded. Episode 2 and episode 3. This is episode 3 part 2. So this is still technically episode 3. It includes elements of just going from where we left off. I recognize that. Just checking something. Okay. So, as always, this stream is brought to you by Visuals by Impulse, a provider of stream packages like the one you see me using, from the prices of $3 to $75. You can use !VBI in any of my live streams, or use the link in the description below and the code that's down there for 5% off. Throne.gg is technically not a partnership, but Throne offer a safe place for streamers and YouTubers alike to create a wish list that viewers can view and contribute to. I use it to showcase what I am planning on getting for the new office. And finally, the YMCA England and Wales Youth Ambassadors Program. As a youth ambassador myself, it just makes sense to add it as a partner of my own streams. We support 18 to 25-year-old residents of the YMCA England and Wales charity, living at hostels, living roughly, that kind of thing. And yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm just going to switch over. So as you can see, we are still on the side of the road, still where we left off. Still got our full lights on. This one button is annoying me. There we go. So if you didn't tune into the last one, we were in the middle of this load that we're currently doing. It is a very very oversized load. We have been putting this truck to the test. The truck has struggled, but once I fixed the human error of being in the wrong gear while going up hills, the truck handled everything perfectly fine. It is not a truck that's designed for heavy loads or oversized loads. So the fact that it hasn't struggled as much as I expected it to is pretty good in terms of the truck. It is obviously not the cheapest truck I could have got. This truck did cost 300 grand total, and I do quite like it. Since we got it, we have put 700 and almost 760 miles on it. Doing 2 loads, the last load and this load. This is the first load I'm doing that's taken me outside of Iceland. Iceland is where we started. Reykjavik is where my main depot is. Okay, that's you guys all caught up. Now it's time to do the drive. We discovered that I have to really be easy on these corners, be as smooth as I possibly can be. Otherwise, I lose too much momentum, especially when going uphill, like now, for example. We are still 160 kilometers away from our destination. That is 97 miles away from the location. We're almost on half a tank of fuel. We have still got 150 grand in the bank, so we should have more than enough to fill up. I will be keeping an eye on that though. Now we've got a bridge to get onto. Bridges for days. In the last one, we did experience an interesting game crash. I still don't understand what happened with it. It came up with a low disk space warning, even though I have plenty of disk space available. So we'll just have to wait and see if it happens again. We are obviously going to struggle uphill, especially up a hill this steep, but I'm maintaining my gear because changing gears, even changing down gears, will make me lose my momentum quicker. And we have made it to the top of the hill, so we will start speeding up. And with it being downhill, it won't be long until we catch back up to the pace we should be having because of the weight of the load. For those of you curious of the load, we are carrying 51 tons of concrete beams to Gedser for a company called Constnor. We have 76 miles left. We have 8 hours until we need to take another rest. I've got to try and not exceed 62 miles an hour. I could go straight through, but I don't want to. I'm different. 206 quid for the toll. Really? Expensive toll, mate. And the main reason I prefer not to go straight is the speed people will carry when they come straight through. I would prefer to get out of the way, as I will be holding them up, and it causes them to get angry and start ramming me, and we don't want that to happen. So hopefully we have no interruptions during today's stream. all issues have been resolved. And we can get a few loads done. Earn some money, start trying to repay my loans back. Because we do have quite a substantial loan amount out at the moment. This is another hill I'm going to have to maintain as much momentum as possible. No changing gear, no slowing down. That's Lilinge. You haven't followed me yet? Am I making this corner? I am. Welcome to the stream. No. There would be no point. Also, Discord calls make my games crash more often. No, you're not. You're a douchebag, not a comedian. Completely different type of person. This truck really does not like this load uphill. Hey, I like to call myself an American, thank you very much, not a douchebag. Same thing. American douchebag, it's a synonymous term. Bro, I just got a new truck. Okay. think he just took out a loan payment. 10 grand. I'm in the wrong gear, but oh well. The truck can handle it. Not made to handle it, but it can. Sometimes you just got to abuse your truck a little bit. Just remember, this thing's going to be so fun to park. Where are we parking? Down there. I should brute force this. What is it stuck on? Whatever I'm stuck on is pulling me backwards. Good. It's that fucking dirt pile, but I literally have no space to move. You have to brute force it. Going. New idea. Need to try and get this. This is making zero sense to me. How could I be this stuck? What it is the load is colliding into the floor. So we need to take this at a different angle. It is the trailer colliding with the floor. How am I supposed to make this delivery if the trailer is going to keep colliding with the floor? I'm just straight up stuck now. Why am I in reverse? I'm not in reverse, I'm just rolling backwards. The wheel is still spinning forwards. We are not stationary. Once we are down there, we will be fine. Wheels are still spinning. We are currently going 0 miles per hour, but we are slowly moving forwards. They need to make this terrain smoother. That's what needs to happen. They can't expect to load this size to get in here. This is the only route we have left to take. Every other route so far we've gotten stuck. To the point our wheels weren't moving. This is the only one where our wheels are still moving. Just need to pull it to the point the wheels of the trailer are in a good position. And once that's done, we'll be down there and free. But then I'm gonna try and park. That's gonna be fun. I have an idea of how I can do it, not sure how well it will work though. Diff lock is on. That's supposed to make it easier when you're stuck. I can show you on the dashboard. See those orange symbols? What's wrong is, I'll explain, the low loader is dragging on the floor because of the surface not being smooth, and that bringing the wheels of the low loader off the floor, meaning we have no traction back there. We are now officially stuck. I've lowered the gears, we're moving forwards again, slowly. Yeah, because of how heavy this load is, it's having collisions with the floor. Because of how the low loader works. And they didn't plan for this. And this truck does not have enough power for this load to begin with. So dragging a load like this that is currently sitting on no wheels is very, very difficult. Making sure we haven't damaged our load. We have definitely damaged our tyres quite a lot doing this. As long as the tyres are moving forwards, then that means we are moving forwards. That's why I'm in third person, because in first person you won't know if you're moving forwards. This is what we see. This view perspective, however, shows us that the wheels are still moving forwards. So what we have is 53 hours to get unstuck. As you can see, we are stuck again. What gear are we in? 2. So we slam on the brakes, go down a gear, accelerate again. I've turned off the diff lock, which seems to be allowing the wheels to spin more now. But once those wheels get up that little bump, we'll be fine. Because God forbid you plan for this. So I just need to put a brake on my accelerator pedal until I get unstuck. This might take a while. Hold ya. That's all we needed to do. Eventually I got us stuck again. Ah, I see the issue. Our truck tires are no longer touching the floor. Front wheels are still moving forwards. We need to get one of those wheels touching the floor again. Put this straight, it's not going to continue moving, is it? Oh, it is. I don't want to end up turning into that massive turbine. And now the load's going to push us. So we are currently in a drift. I'm ignoring that. And no stopping now. There we go, perfect. What I want to do is I want to wrap around, go down here. I'm going to go around here. We got some trailer damage on something, but that's fine. Line ourselves up. Keep driving forwards. All the trailers lined up. There. I see why this has been easy. Put into place. We have a steering axle on the back of this trailer. There we go. Finally got that delivery in place. Nearly leveling up. And we go to market. Great market. Gedser. We need the money, not the distance, to be fair. There we go in there. So getting out of it shouldn't be a problem. This next load shouldn't be a problem. I do need to fill up though. There is a fuel station just down the road. And we can stop at. The determination to succeed. Oh, just leveled up. Determination to succeed brings you through. Oh, I have to do it with a trailer attached. Grand on fuel. We do also need to rest, so we'll do that while we're here. And hope the load still exists. Okay. The answer is no, it doesn't. Now we do that one for a similar price. Well, I think the same location. Be a red light. This is the location. Don't really know though. Location? It is the location. Let's see what customization we can do to this. Okay. Okay. So we'll just take it as is. Which one of these is it? One on the very end. The one in the more difficult spot. There we go, so now we have no damage to the vehicle. Straight onto the ferry then, it would seem. Let's stop here and find out where we're going. Yeah, this ferry only goes to one place. Short journey. This is one empty ass dog. Oh, there's got to be a player here. Nope. Just a bit of frame rate. There's some trailers, but it feels very empty, this dock. Doesn't feel like a dock. Feels like an empty. Going straight. Do have to slow down a bit. This is a very tight squeeze. We are now in Germany. Feels weird pulling a non-heavy load now. Feels like I've been pulling that load for so long. I'm used to driving with it. Oh, time to turn on my headlights. And 9 PM, to be fair. This is only another 600-kilometer drive, so not that big, but it's okay. As well for the company. What we need is a second truck and a driver. That's the next thing we need. And I don't care how cheap the truck is, we need it. Why did it ask me to move into this lane to move out of it? Stupid GPS. This is nowhere near going to be as eventful as the last load, but that means we won't have any issues. Hopefully. Also, that last load paid for my loan repayment. What we need to do is make as much money as we can and pay off the loan as quickly as we can. Then we'll be making profit. We need to make sure we always have money left over, because refilling this truck costs a lot, and then there's also the tolls, which also cost a lot. So we have to be careful. We can't spend absolutely everything we have on the loan. Or we do need a second truck. I think second truck, there's just a basic loadout, a worker, that's all we need. Like I said, this is going to remain my truck for a while, so they'd probably get stuck with something cheaper. Maybe a cheaper Volvo. Maybe we do an all Volvo run. It seems like I never really go into the centers of these towns and cities, so I never come across the truck dealers. When it's so well, still on the road, our truck still moves. We got the previous load done without damaging it. We did damage the trailer, mind you, but the load was fine. Brandenburg. After this load, I'll be taking a small little break. Stretch my back, stretch my legs, check Discord, that kind of thing. Turn on the high beams just because it's getting darker. This saves me forgetting. This truck looks really good, not gonna lie. Game I can't take screenshots while I'm driving in multiplayer. That would have been a great screenshot. How many miles is this? Like, 300. That is fine. pretty much double the rest of the previous load that we had to do today, so got no problems with it. We're about to hit our first 1,000 miles in our truck. 998. 999. There we go, 1,000 miles. We now have the name for this episode for when it gets uploaded to YouTube. The last one was putting the new truck to the test. This one is 1,000 miles. I expect to not change from this truck ever. I'm liking this truck. Obviously we're going to be upgrading it over time, but we need to know what upgrades are available. And we need to make sure that we're not spending all of our money on upgrades for the truck. Beacons on the top of the truck would be nice. And more lights on the front. Maybe a different bull bar, but... Oh, air horns. That's the next big thing I need. Anyway, I have to bring this lane. Next big thing I need is air horns. And beacons on the truck, because as we saw, this truck can do heavy loads. It just takes time. Welcome to Berlin! Feels strange to be passing by these cities and not having them unlocked. All my trucks are going to have the same livery apart from when it comes to holiday times. So instead of having specific trucks for events, I'll just re-livery the same truck for those events. So we've got Halloween coming up next. That's October, isn't it? Next month. So I'm going to be doing full Halloween event. And we have November of this livery. December is Christmas. January, back to this livery all the way up until Easter. Actually no, we'll do a Valentine's Day thing as well. And Valentine's Day, so February 14th. If I do stream the game, we'll have a different livery. And back to this livery, then Easter. And cycle through it again. And these are company-wide events. They're not just events that I'm doing for me. So for the whole October month, people can use Halloween colours, Halloween liveries. For the whole of December, it's Christmas colours or Christmas liveries. Not everyone in our truck will be using this livery. Not everyone in the company will be using this livery as well, because it is a DLC livery. There will be some people with base game liveries, but as long as they follow the same colour pattern, then I don't have a problem with it. delivery is if you do have the DLC, then you are to use this delivery when we're not doing a holiday event. Also, these streams show how easy it is to get our 4 deliveries a week. Because I've done 2 episodes live streamed. In those 2 episodes I've done what, 5-6 deliveries? Then that doesn't include the recorded one where I did 2 or 3 deliveries. They didn't log for the company though. That's a problem, but we have the ability to do 4 deliveries in a single sitting if you need to. Vortex hauling is very lenient. And you can make content with the company without being special perms. You don't need those special perms to make content for the company, of course. Do like the new livery. It looks a lot more unique. And a lot more to the standard of the company, to the colours. The black and blue, that's the colours I would have wanted for the company. Then so other people with the same colour palettes couldn't be unique, so we had to switch and make it so that with the colours of the company instead of colours of what I want for the company. I do quite like delivery. We're changing countries into Poland. Just up here. Actually, the end of this delivery will be the end of this stream, because it is obviously part of my previous stream as well. I don't want... I'm also just exhausted. I have 0 energy again, which is common for me for some reason recently. So here we are in Poland. ...300 kilometers away from our location of Opole. Looks like it's 187 miles away, 4 hours and 32 in-game time will be estimated there at about 3 AM, which is quite a time to make a delivery, if I do say so myself. But yeah, like I said, sometimes it's good to start fully from the beginning. There's something wrong with this road surface. Or our truck. That was very interesting. Some of these road surfaces are very strange. Something in my throat. Why is the road so bumpy? I don't understand. I'm finding it very hard to understand the road surfaces. This is supposed to be a highway. They're supposed to be the most maintained roads out here. This road surface needs to be sorted, man. It doesn't feel like a motorway type of road. It feels like a very poorly kept single lane traffic road. We're doing 45 and a 43, we're fine. Well, 46 and a 43. Under 200 kilometers away now. Just over 100 miles. I'm debating if to get our own trailer. It would be nice. I am speeding by accident. It would be nice, but we don't have a matching livery for the trailer. We're nearly on 1,200 miles. Weird to think 1,000 miles in like 3 or 4 deliveries of this truck. I think it's 3. Quite interesting. On that rest stop in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Good news is we're fine on rest. I'm exhausted and severely lacking energy, but I want to get this load completed. Oh god, we've cut the ETA down by like a whole hour. That's pretty insane. Not often you get to do that. Especially when you're speeding, it's only by accident and you fix it as quick as you can. My chair squeaks, alright. You need new. So I start slowing down far too early for these. But it's because I know if I go any faster I'll crash into the sides of the toll, which we don't want to do because that damages our truck. Want to be nice and careful. It's the start of a toll road. It's a ticket. And we need to get off this toll road as quick as possible in order to make it as cheap as possible. Like how you would tackle this kind of thing in real life, you wouldn't want to take a rest stop on a toll road, because it counts by the time that you're on that road. So it tracks your ticket. You take the ticket, it starts tracking the time from the minute you took that ticket to the minute you put it in the machine at the other end. And the longer you take, the more that it will cost you. And then the heavier your vehicle, the more it costs. The issue with ticket toll roads. And the rest stops along that stretch of road will be the most expensive you'll ever come across. And that's why you would only stop on a toll road if you absolutely have to. But if you drive a truck, the company pays for the tolls anyway normally. But should be fine. In order to go to Europe, you need a European license, which is basically getting used to driving your vehicle on the other side of the road. This is tight. This was not made with trucks in mind. Blimmin' heck. This is where we pay. $27 quid, that's it. It's quite cheap for a toll road, to be fair. A small roundabout coming up. A very dark stretch of road this. We're 30 kilometers away. Another roundabout, seriously? The reason I'm dropping down to 7th on the roundabout is I keep up the momentum that I need in order to accelerate off the roundabout in that gear. I believe we are getting close. Very tight roundabout. The reason I'm not going faster is because of this roundabout. Here we go, a pole. And this is where we'll be ending today. And my game just crashed. As we arrived on scene. Version is up to date. Funny, because apparently I currently am going 12 kilometers an hour. I have a rest stop in 7 hours and 32 minutes. 1073.1 liters of fuel. Like I'm not even in the game right now. Now that's all reset. Hey. Venture Lake in France. That looks like a nice road. How far back is it pointing us? Quite far back. 53 kilometers back. This must have been when the last autosave was. Once again, apologies for the technical difficulties. Oh, that means I'm gonna have to pay for the toll again. Still 27 quid. Good news is, it didn't put us too far back. Still pretty far, don't get me wrong, but it could be further. Got some higher wear on the truck and trailer, but that's all we've got so far. Whoopsie daisy, that hurt. did not forget about that roundabout. Right, motherfucker. Hey, desk is squeaky. I do need a new desk as well. Oh, shit. Streamlabs has crashed. Well, I say Streamlabs has crashed, just the sound mixers have crashed. Oh. Okay. Okay, that is going to do it for this live stream. Streamlabs' whole bottom section has crashed. If you can still hear me, thank you for coming out and joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!